get Gladys on the phone? Will you get Gladys on the phone?
Yeah, you were the officer in charge here?
I am the captain.
You're captain?
Yep.
Seems to me you look familiar.
Well, you were up on, was it Humes Ave or somewhere up there a couple months back?
Possibly.
Yeah.
So anyway, he has an agreement with that Mr. Davenport knows about. Have you been able to reach Mr. Davenport?
I have talked to Deputy Chief Davenport.
Okay.
So what is the agreement you think you have?
The agreement is that he's not to force them. He can't force them to leave. Okay. Right. So at this point, and she's not. We communicated that those words to her.
Okay.
Okay. She's not willing to leave. Okay. Okay. And so at this point, he's not going to force her. Things over. He's leaving.
Okay.
Are you?
He's a process server.
So it's not that he's going to force her. The issue is whether he can have, if there's use of force in play. There is a court order, right? And from what I understand, every last-ditch effort to appeal it has been denied. So there is an active eviction.
So you're not really.
So in other words, the Worcester Police Department is supporting the constable in this matter.
So we don't serve civil process, just so you know. We don't deal with any of that stuff. Constables do that. We're just here to make sure that nobody's getting hurt.
You're speaking for Davenport.
Yes.
So to confirm, until he assaults someone or someone assaults him, you guys are useless here?
Yeah, kind of like you walking down the street until you assault some random person.
So
we can't
the Worcester Police Department. So as I understand it, this is not just a matter of lawful force. This is a matter of post-certification. I assume you were certified by the Post Commission as a Worcester Police Department officer, and I assume you were certified by
Yes, I am.
Cool. So where I'm going with this is this man is not.
So
he has sent a letter.
That is for the use of force. You have to be certified.
So in other words, if someone threatens to use force but is not certified, it is not a threat?
I could talk to Gladys directly.
Okay.
Gladys, yes. We can get her on the phone, okay? Hold on a second.
For what it's worth, your sergeant and captain don't seem to care as much as you didn't, so.
So, we have Gladys? Yes. Gladys, okay. I've got several.
How much one of those drones cost?
It depends on the drone. This one, secondhand, is relatively cheap.
Yeah, nice.
You're on speaker?
Yeah, she's on speaker now.
Gladys, how are you?
It's a little hard to hear.
This is Captain Lopez from the Worcester Police Department.
Okay.
I want to inform you, as you probably already know, there's a constable out here who wants to execute an eviction. This is a civil process. The Worcester Police Department is not part of that. But I do have to ask you, are you willing to leave today? Okay. You do know that every last appeal through the court has been denied? Are you aware of that? Okay. All right. I just wanted to hear from you that you're not
Sorry.
Okay.
I need that number when you get it.
Right.
So to be clear, you don't consider it a threat or an unlawful act. I'm sorry, Silas. You do not consider it a threat or an unlawful act to. Wow. Okay. We're gonna be going up all of them. Okay. Sorry.
I've already.
You should be on the side of the people, not the colonizers. Even if you know this constable. Also, all of you, like, right around his car, what a fucking good photo.
Whose car?
The constables, you guys are supporting him.
I didn't know it was.
Doesn't matter. There's more stripes than I've ever seen at one of these things.
Well, there was 11 in there last time. They did it right.
No. Those were sergeant. Those were sheriffs. They could have done something. These guys are here to so-called preserve the peace. Preserving the peace for an armed mercenary. This is such a good use of Worcester resources. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 people involved in colonization. Good. Glad to hear. This requires attention from people who actually understand the law and respect it, which I'm sad to see have not shown up. No, you've treated me with dignity. Having respect for me and what I represent and treating me with dignity are 2 different things. I talked about this at City Council last week. Okay, I appreciate that you have respect for me. What about respect for the person you're helping colonize? He's going to warn you not to, because this is going to be on YouTube later and it will be used against you.
That's the end of it. Do not engage.
That is the Worcester Police Department directive from, what is that, Sergeant Riley?
Lieutenant Sean Riley.
Lieutenant Sean Riley.
Yes, that's correct.
That sounds about right. And just to be clear, are you the commanding officer here?
I am not.
Okay, that's right. What was your name?
I'm Sergeant Sabatello.
Okay, and Sergeant Sabatello?
Yes.
Thanks. Fantastic. You two look so pretty right next to the constable. Do you also... South Coast Movers isn't legit. Just so you guys understand, and there's some law department that actually is aware of it, South Coast Movers is not within the legal distance. Even if he had the actual authority to physically remove someone or assault someone without you guys doing it, it's not a lawful eviction because of that. You guys are disgusting for supporting colonizers. Not going well. Said not going well, relatively speaking. Cops are on his side. We're gonna file bankruptcy and we'll be clear, but it's not. They should not have to fucking file a bankruptcy, and the police should not be on their side of things.
Right.
Yeah.
And so many at once. I mean, it's ridiculous.
Yeah,
Ridiculous.
Yeah, what we're doing is legal. What they're doing is illegal.
exactly.
It's ridiculous.
And especially, they do not engage with protesters, but they engage with the constable. That's hypocrisy. Wasn't there supposed to be a... Aren't they required to engage with protesters?
Yes.
Thank you. Aren't you legally required to engage with lawful protesters? Sergeant Riley? Or, sorry, Lieutenant, whatever it was now? Lieutenant Riley. S. Riley, that's why I got it. Sean Riley. Sean Riley, aren't you supposed to engage with protesters if they're there lawfully, representing a lawful cause?
We're here to keep the peace, sir. We're just doing our job.
But you're on the side with the guy with the gun who's threatening to take property. What peace do you think you're keeping? So I guess the real question here is, and this is, I guess, a question for all 3 of you, who do you protect, who do you serve? Because it looks like the colonizers. So just to be clear, Worcester Police Department is told not to engage with protesters and will have a private meeting with the constable. Worcester Police Department refuses, told the sergeant, that guy told another one not to engage with me because he knows he's going to end up on YouTube. And that officer is now having a private conversation with Angel Santana.
Oh, that's nice.
Right? What a fucking duality. The fact that there's no other record of that conversation is bullshit. Body camera, sure. Yeah, that's perfect. Because I'm actually going to need yours later because some people don't wear them. And he doesn't have one. When you're done covering your badge.
Yeah, sure. That's exactly what I'm doing.
That's why it's a joke. Thank you.
My badge is on outside.
Oh, I meant your name. I don't do numbers. For the post-commission report,